I'm the one that should be acting all kook out. Kooked out?
Oh, yeah. We're back with a vengeance, Nikki.
Alright, so... Start... Oh, crap. I think I just broke the spine of my...
Oh, yeah. If you hear panting in the background, Stella is sitting in the computer chair.
Yorkie. My little Yorkie. Well, my
Not
big
so little.
Yorkie.
Not so little.
is
Yes, we're talking
watching
about
us
you.
film. So I didn't have, the best reading summer, but it wasn't the worst. First thing I read in July was The Last Star by Rick Yancey. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I'm not going to spoil anything. It was good. I liked it. Wrapped everything up. Good times. Not saying anything.
Nope.
Then I read The Merciless 2.
I may borrow that for my
I don't have it yet.
Merciless 1, though. I haven't
Oh,
read
okay.
Merciless. Sorry, didn't mean
Which
to
I
interrupt
liked. Not as much as the first one.
Bless
Sorry,
you.
that was my dog. She sometimes coughs and sneezes. She has a heart problem. My poor baby girl. I gave that only a 3.5, and now she's crying.
you. Come on.
We might have some jump cuts, okay?
Yeah. Alright. Merciless 2 by Daniel Vega. I gave it a 3.5. I like the first one better. Still good, but I like the first one better. Then I read The Order of the Wicked by Daniel Page, which is 0.7 in the novellas.
0.7.
Yeah, like 0.7.
That's weird when
That's
they do
how
that.
they do that.
Because you got 0.5, which is supposed to be the prequel to 1.
I
So
don't know.
is this just in between the prequel to 1 and 1?
Probably.
I gave it 3 stars. I honestly can't remember what happened. Because that was in July. We are now at the end of September.
That's
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened so much. And then I read The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Loved it. It was so good. You kind of gotta just read the book. Because it's really odd, concept. And this is old now. Everyone who's wanted to read it has read it. Or knows about it. But I really enjoyed it. I read it right away. And I thought it was good. And I'm excited for more. Sorry about the dog. And then I read Torn, sequel to Wicked by Jennifer Armentrout, which I loved because it's about fairies. And it was so good. I can't. The dog.
I can't.
You're gonna see Stella.
What are you doing? She's like, I want kisses. But I gave that a 5 stars because I love Jennifer Armentrout. I love fairies. I love Tank. If you read it, you know who he is.
Tank or Tink?
Tink. Like Tinkerbell?
Okay.
Tank. I love him. He's my favorite person. Favorite character in the movie.
Is he like the comic relief?
Yeah. He's the one who has a troll obsession. He buys so much stuff from Amazon.
Oh, like the little trolls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait for more of the series. I loved it. And that was it for July. August wasn't really that good because we went to see Blink-182, and it seems like every time we go to a concert, I don't read a whole lot. I don't know why. First thing I read, though, is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Because we went to the midnight release party. And
Yes.
I got sorted into Slytherin. Like, what? But on Pottermore, I'm Gryffindor.
It's funny because I got sorted Gryffindor at the thing, and then on Pottermore I'm Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I got Gryffindor, I think.
And you're not on Pottermore.
And I'm not on Pottermore. I should be, but...
Yes.
I liked it. I know a lot of people have mixed reviews on it, but I thought
Oh.
it was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the whole script thing, like reading a script.
That's why I can't wait until
I really
Fantastic
liked it.
Beasts comes out.
I gave that a 5 stars. And then I read Spells and Scones, a magical bakery mystery number 6 by Bailey Cates, which I I love this cozy mystery series. They're about witches, like hedge witches, and they own a bakery. And, you know, it's a cozy mystery, so obviously someone dies in every cozy mystery. And you gotta solve it. But it's like, I love baking, and I love cozy mysteries that involve baking, or bakeries, or, like, catering, or anything like that. I like those kinds of, like, or, like, even decorating. When you have, like, a decorator, I like all those kind of artistic-y jobs that they have in cozy mysteries. But I gave that a 5. I loved it, because I love that series. Highly recommend it.
There you go. That's what you can read.
Then I read Before the Snow, Stealing Snow, .1 novella by Danielle Page, which is the prequel to her new book that is out now, Stealing Snow. And this was the first novella. I read the second. There's 2 different novellas, and I read them both, but I didn't read the other novella until this one, so that doesn't count. We're not talking about that right now.
Nope.
I liked it. It's weird. Because they had, like, the Little Mermaid, like, in it. But she wasn't, like, they considered her a mermaid, but she had, like, tentacles and stuff. It was weird. And I really enjoyed the novella, and I'm excited to read the book. I have it for my Kindle. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, because we're going into spooky season.
Yes!
And after spooky season, it's Christmas season. So I'll get to that at some point. But I enjoyed the novella. It was a good setup, and I read the second novella, so I feel like I'm prepared on the backstory of the characters going into the book. And then I read How to Hang a Witch by Adriana Mathers. 5 stars. First of all, this takes place in Salem. I lived in Salem for a few years because I'm from Massachusetts originally, and they were talking about places that are actually there, like the Walgreens, and I'm like, I've been to that Walgreens so many times, and I'm like, I could totally picture it so well in my mind because I know the area, and I loved it, and it's about witches, and I'm, you know, a witch, if you didn't know that. I've been obsessed with them since I was a kid. I blame the worst witch. And then later on, The Craft.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. All my favorite things are witches. I love Halloween. Was always a witch. But I totally loved it. And if you're going to read some kind of creepy book this season, I highly recommend How to Hang a Witch. 5 stars.
Sounds very
for
familiar.
my wrap up.
Okay. So I only read in July. I didn't really read last month. But I read 4 books in July, which is probably why I didn't read last month. Because I read them all in July. So I read Throne of Glass, in no particular order. Because I didn't write down when I actually read them. I finished reading Throne of Glass, which I actually started reading last year. By Sarah J. Maas. I loved that story. I need to continue that series. It was really good. And then I read Yellow Brick Wars and No Place Like Oz by Danielle Page. Yeah, I really don't like Dorothy.
Oh my god, no, you're not supposed to. She's the bad guy.
It was kind of like Ferris, where you kind of like the bad person in the beginning, and then by the end you're just like, no, can't like them.
I never liked Dorothy or Glinda.
And then I also read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Loved it. Of course, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I already knew going into it I would love it. I don't mind that it's in screenplay form, because I've worked in the film industry, so I kind of like that change. I'm excited for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. They are also going to be releasing that in script form in November, I do believe. It's already on pre-order. Because Barnes & Noble keeps sending me, hey, you want to pre-order this, right? So, yeah, that was my July. And I guess you could say my August, because I didn't read anything in August. So, yep.
So the dog is now Eating. So for me, I wrapped up The Last Star because I started reading it end of June, and then I finished it in July. And then after that, I got a couple of free books from a publisher, Curiosity Quills. Got like 5 books from them. One is called The Unquiet Dead by Chris Dubecki. I think that's how you say. I already can't remember what it's about.
What's this one?
Oh, Necromancer. That's what it was about.
Oh.
It was really cool. I'm trying to think of how to talk about it without giving too much away. But I liked the premise about how the powers of the necromancer, because I've only read one other book about necromancers, and in that book they were kind of hunted but this one it's a paranormal read, so there are more things than just necromancers and I'll leave a link in the description box to the Goodreads, so you can just read the description. I don't even remember what I gave it. I like it. I think I gave it a 4-star. I'm horrible at explaining things.
Me too.
But it was a good book, and there was, because he could go into a trance, and he could move dimensions essentially. And there's this one place called the Pale, which I can't explain it, but it just, as I was reading it, I was like, ooh, it's like he walks into it. I'm thinking of something else, but the Pale is it's preceded, I guess you can say, by a certain type of fog, and then you're in another type of dimension. It's really cool. I really, really enjoyed it, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read books 1 and 2 of the Broken Doll trilogy, Broken Dolls. There's only 2 of them. Broken Dolls and then Shattered Girls by Trial and Puxty. I started that in August. The premise is told from the doll's point of view.
Oh, interesting.
And the plot line is figuring out how her soul got put into the doll.
Ooh.
I thought it was going to be more
Annabelle.
horror-based, but it's not so much horror-based. But there is some good, tension and pacing. And then the second book, I'm not going to do, any spoilers,
Yeah.
but I can't really explain it without spoiling it, and I don't want to. I gave it a 4 out of 5, I think.
That's good.
Yeah. I liked it. I just wish it'd been more horror.
Because you would think with dolls and stuff it would be more horror.
It could have been super creepy. And for some reason it reminds me of Masters of Horror. I think there was something along the lines.
Sounds like you keep saying whore.
Oh.
That's why I started laughing earlier. I'm like, whore.
I couldn't hold it out anymore.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not cursing. I'm saying horror.
Always sounds like that. No
Yeah,
matter who
no
you
matter
are or
who-
where
yeah.
you're from, it
Horror.
sounds like you're saying whore.
Yeah. But anyways, it just reminds me of a Master of Horror type of deal. I think I remember some short or some episode where it was a guy who had dolls that were in a dollhouse or something like that. I can't remember, but
I remember a Master of Horror like that. I have a lot of them.
maybe it was something through an anthology or something.
Maybe.
And then I read 9 Candles of the Deepest Black by Matthew S. Cox. Oh, By the way, the covers for the Broken Doll series, absolutely beautiful. That's what made me want to read it, was the cover, okay? They're beautiful.
Cover by.
Yes.
Although you didn't buy them.
Instead of label whore,
Yeah.
cover whore.
Yeah, right? I did the same thing with 9 Candles of the Deepest Black, but I did read their synopsis before requesting them on Goodreads. Stella, she's
Ignore
on
the
the other
sniffing
side
at
of the
the
door.
door.
She's like, I'm done eating.
Yeah.
Like
I
me.
want back in.
So basically, it starts off. I think I gave this one like a 5-star.
Ooh.
I loved this book. Basically, this girl, you start off with her in her bedroom, and you think she's talking to her sister, but then you realize her sister is dead. She's talking to her dead older sister. And basically, her dad is a cop, and her mom is a stay-at-home mom, and she's making jewelry, which I love making jewelry. And they move from Philadelphia to a smaller town, and the main character is goth, and she's super pale and has violet eyes.
Goals. Life goals right there.
Yes. And she was kind of, she liked macabre things and whatnot, but everyone always, because she was so pale, everyone always called her a goth without her really intending it to be. She was like, whatever. So she owned it, right? But she goes to this new school. She meets these girls on the first day. And come to find out they're witchy.
Dude, I need to read this
Craft.
book. I need to read
Oh
this.
my god. As
There's
you read,
so many key elements that I like.
they do a spell. Like the second day of knowing her, they sit down and they do a spell, and madness ensues. The parallels to the craft are like, I kind of, in my review of Goodreads, I kind of joked that I wasn't gonna talk about the parallels to the craft, because each one, when they go around their circle, because there's 5 of them in total,
Instead of 4.
they ask for things that they want.
Like
There's
in
a
the
slutty
craft.
girl who wants a guy. It
But
is
she wasn't slutty though in the craft.
No, but in this one she is. She's rich too.
Okay, Stella.
And then
Yeah,
one
there
of them, she's a younger one. She's 13, and she is bullied by the other kids in school, so she wants to be friends with them. And then one of them wants their father back. One of them, I forget what the other girl wanted, but the main character, she wanted her father to be free of his pain and suffering from the loss of his child, who her sister died because of a drunk driver. So it just, oh my god, I love that book, and I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 merely for the fact that I knew where it was going before it went anywhere. And that annoys me. But I have to say, the guy did his research when it comes to spells and like casting a circle and what you say to each element. How you bring
Call
it
the
in,
corners.
how you send it away. He did his work.
I want to read this.
Yeah.
This book was amazing. I loved it. And then oh wow, I've talked for 10 minutes? Sorry. Under a Brass Moon, it's an anthology, it's all steampunk. I DNF'd it.
Ooh. And it was steampunk?
And it was steampunk. The thing is I do like short stories. I've actually read quite a bit of them. But too many short stories from other books, other like storylines.
Okay,
Oh,
kind of like
yeah.
Carney Punk and...
One or two, it didn't bother me, but there were multiple. There were like 5 or 6.
So you don't know what's going on.
So I felt like there was stuff already. There was a character, like a built character, and I didn't know what was going on. And when I read an anthology, or short stories, or compilation, or whatever they're calling it these days, I kind of want it one and done.
Yeah.
So I DNF'd it. And then I read Time Seer's Gambit. It's the second book in the Faraday Files by Kate McIntyre. Basically, it is like a steampunk paranormal type of deal, where some of the people have powers. It's kind of in like a parallel type of London city. But the main character, he's a word weaver, and he works for basically a homicide detective, but they call her a death sniffer or truth sniffer. And so she's investigating a series of murders. And while that's going on, you have some political drama that happens. Her writing style, I have to say, definitely improved. So I gave it a 4 out of 5. Because the last one I gave it a 3 out of 5. Because I didn't like the way she had addressed the political stuff, where she addressed more of it in this book. And it was woven in it, the way it was happening without kind of giving too much away. It made sense how it was happening in the book.
Gotcha.
So, and then so that was it for August. Yay.
Awesome.
There's a couple in there that Nikki and I want to read now. 9 Candles of the Deepest Black.
Yes, I definitely have to make a note of that one.
Okay, so until next time, guys. See you later.
Hopefully it won't be another 2 months.
You know.